There are several guys named Michael Warner. Further complicate things, there are Michael Warners Jr. and Sr., but you're Michael Scott Warner, that's correct?
Yes.
This is Judge Middleton. I'm here at the courthouse. Also present is Mr. Keith Stickley with us on the Zoom feed. He is the Chief Public Defender. You got charged with illegal entry in January, and this case has got a bit of a tortured history. Let me go in here. The complaint alleges that on or about January 12th, that you broke into a property that belonged to Alicia Klein. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You pled not.
This courtroom clip starts simple, just another Michael Warner. But as Judge Middleton quickly discovers, this defendant isn't just another name in the system. With a meth case, unpaid fines, a broken bond, and a side of Hamburger Helper cooked in an evicted home, Michael's rap sheet reads more like a plot twist in a bad crime drama. Today's case digs deep into a bizarre trespassing charge involving his own cousin's property, a long-forgotten warrant, and a defendant who says he just made a bed and cooked dinner after being evicted. But it gets worse. He missed multiple court appearances, owes nearly $500, and hasn't worked in who knows how long. And while Michael seems confused, Judge Middleton, he's not amused. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll see a judge walk a fine line between compassion and consequence. It's petty crime with real stakes, and Michael's excuses? Judge Middleton isn't buying them. Let's break this down.
Guilty, as I indicated. I gave you a pure bond and then you didn't show up. So you got arrested.
When Judge Middleton mentions the tortured history of this case, he's not exaggerating. Michael isn't just dealing with a trespassing misdemeanor. He's got a meth charge, mishearings, and still hasn't paid a cent of a $475 fine. What's wild here is that Michael casually says he thought everything was already taken care of. That's not how the justice system works. You don't get a ghost court and assume the charges disappear. The law doesn't forget, even if you do. This moment shows a common theme. Defendants who treat legal consequences like optional side quests. But when it all stacks up, that game ends fast, and the judge is about to make sure of it.
Last night. Now, in addition, you have another matter.
So,
I think that may have been Judge Patterson, but the other matter.
Stop. I've never used them, so I don't
Was file one. In a methamphetamine case, there was a misdemeanor plea, and Judge Patterson gave you 20 days, credit 20 days, $475 fines, or 4 additional days in jail. And I don't know that you ever made any payment. So that case is still hanging out. That's file 23907. There's some carryover from another room over there. How did you come to get arrested last night, Mr. Warner?
I was at my brother's house, and I don't know, cops just showed up, or
and where was that? Who's your brother?
Jacob Warner. He was at work at the time, so.
All right. Charged with anything else, or they just picked you up on this old warrant?
Yeah, they just picked me up on the warrant. That was it.
Now, who is Alicia Klein to you?
Did anyone else catch that? Michael admits Alicia Klein is his cousin, and yet he's facing charges for breaking into her property. Family ties don't give you free entry rights. But the real twist? According to the judge, Michael didn't just sneak in. He moved back in like it was a weekend getaway, made a bed, cooked Hamburger Helper, and acted like the eviction never happened. That level of denial isn't just reckless. It's what lands you back in court. And Judge Middleton? He's not interested in family drama excuses. This is a legal boundary, not a family feud.
Well, I thought she was related to you.
Yeah, she's my cousin.
All right. So let me repeat. The allegation is that you went into that property without permission back in January. You pled not guilty to that charge. Do you wish to continue your plea of not guilty?
Yeah, because that was all taken care of already. Because they didn't. I don't know. There wasn't nothing. I didn't think they wanted to go any further with anything though. So.
Well, the prosecutor charged it. Now,
Okay.
did your grandmother have some ownership interest in this?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you got evicted. And Bruce Morse came out and served the eviction, told you to leave. And then you came back in, according to this, went back in the house, made a bed, had some Hamburger Helper cooked on the stove. This was after I did an eviction case. So, yeah, they haven't dropped this charge. So, all right, I'll show your continued plea of not guilty.
At this point, Judge Middleton lays it out. Michael missed court twice, didn't pay fines, and hasn't taken responsibility for any part of the process. Let's be real. If you're lucky enough to get a PR, personal recognizance bond, the court is giving you a chance. You skip that, you're basically saying, I don't care. This is where the judge starts turning the tone from leniency to structure, from I'll help you to I'm done helping. And when a judge feels played, the options get fewer and the consequences get real.
Keith, I had originally I gave him a PR bond and set this for a pretrial with the prosecutor, and he paid me back by not showing up twice, first for the hearing and then for the show cause. Plus, he hasn't paid the $475 he owes on the last case. So I guess my options would be to set an attorney pretrial, but then it would get bumped all the way out to May 31st, or just set a pretrial with an attorney with the prosecutor. What's your thought here?
He probably would.
Chief Public Defender Keith Stickley jumps in here with a smart pivot. He knows the court's patience is running thin, and he strategically suggests appointing counsel, not just to help Michael, but possibly to salvage the bond situation. This is where legal advocacy plays a role. Even if your client's in hot water, it's your job to offer solutions, not excuses. Stickley doesn't argue the facts. He argues the path forward, low bond, legal help, and a second chance at showing up. Because at this rate, Michael's only ride to court is going to be in cuffs.
Benefit from counsel, considering that what happened, and I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would like a reconsideration of a PR bond, and maybe having counsel appointed would help, or the court would consider a low cash bond. Either way, I'm sure he wants to deal with this, and will, I think, come back to court.
All right, Mr. Warner, do you want me to appoint a lawyer to help you with this?
Yeah, if you could, yeah.
All right.
You could be able to get.
Now, one option, I can transfer this to Judge Pattison. I'll set the attorney pretrial for May 17th at 8:30. I think Judge Pattison may have had this at one point. Are you working someplace?
No, not right now.
When did you last work?
I'm not too sure when it was. It's been a while.
All right. Well, you had another case that was reduced to a misdemeanor Judge Patterson gave you 20 days credit and a fine to pay, and you never paid anything on the fine. So that's going to need to be rectified. Then I let you out on a PR bond and you didn't show up. So I set a hearing to find out why you didn't show up, and you didn't show up for that. So you waited around to get arrested.
Michael finally speaks up, and the excuse? I didn't have a ride. While transportation issues are real, this court's heard it all before. What matters is follow-through. The judge immediately claps back with a hard truth. If you can't find a ride, the sheriff will give you one, in the back of a squad car. And when Michael tries to explain that he knows someone who might help him work when it gets warmer out, it's clear. His plans are vague, his priorities are off, and his timeline doesn't match reality. Judge Middleton isn't just managing a case. He's managing accountability. And right now, Michael's not showing much of it.
And here we are. So I'm going to leave the bond. It was 500 PR. I changed it to 500 cash or surety. The allegation is you went in this house after you got evicted without permission. But maybe there's more to it. You wish to plead not guilty. Ms. Klein owns a number of houses. So you're not working, you're not paying your fines, you're not showing up for court. And so that's not a good combination. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
I couldn't show up for court. Just the last time I had no ride. I couldn't find any ride to get to court. But I know somebody that can give me a ride, because I talked to somebody and they said that I could come and help them with work and stuff once it got nice.
This is where it all lands. The PR bond is gone, replaced by a $500 cash bond. That means no more courtroom mercy. Now it's put up or sit down. And Michael's response? So I just have to sit for 2 days or pay $500? Not quite. The judge corrects him. He'll sit until May 17th, unless someone posts that cash. At this point, even Judge Middleton sounds tired. He reflects on Michael's past meth case, his eviction drama, the unpaid fines, the confusion, the inconsistency. And ultimately, he transfers the whole mess to Judge Patterson. If this were a movie, this is the moment where the character hits rock bottom. But the question is, will he finally wake up?
All right. Well, I'll get you a ride from the sheriff. I'll see you on May 17th. Actually, Judge Patterson will. I don't want you to wait all the way till, if someone will post your bond, you can get out. Otherwise, you're going to sit for a few days. What I'll probably do is wipe out that $475 that you owe in the other case. Yeah, that's what you get. For blowing off the court hearing. What?
How long do I have to sit for 2 days or 500?
Yes. It's not 2 days. It's until May 17th.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on there.
I don't know.
I had issues with the landlord-tenant case. And as I said, rather than do the bench warrant, because I talked to him, I let him out. I gave him the PR bond. He didn't show up. I don't think he was confused. I gave him the date. He may not have gotten the date for the show cause. I didn't get his address. I don't think he's doing real well. All right. Thanks for your help, Keith. And unfortunately, Judge Patterson inherits that.
In this courtroom clash, Michael Warner learned the hard way that you can't ignore the justice system and expect it to forget you. From breaking into a cousin's home to unpaid fines and missed court dates, this wasn't just a legal tangle. It was a pattern of avoidance that finally caught up. Judge Middleton gave him chances. A PR bond, time to pay, a fair hearing. But leniency only works when it's matched by responsibility. Now, with the case past another judge and a $500 bond hanging over him, Michael's next move could define whether he learns or ends up repeating the cycle. What do you think? Is this a case of someone falling through the cracks, or a man who refuses to take control of his life? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about how judges balance compassion with consequences. If you found this breakdown as unbelievable as we did, hit that like, subscribe, and share button for more real courtroom drama you won't believe is real. Thanks for watching.
He's dealt with him before. He gave him the original 20 days. All right, thank you.
Yep, have a good day.